If you're looking for that deep, punchy bass in your car without completely sacrificing space or breaking the bank, then you're going to love what I have in store today as I count down the best bass tubes you can get right now that actually deliver on both performance and value. All the products mentioned in this video are linked in the description, so feel free to check them out while we dive into the list. Now, let's begin. At number 10, we have the Skar Audio SK8TBV. This one is for the bass lovers who want strong performance in a compact design. It comes with an 8-inch subwoofer enclosed in a vented tube design. Rated at 200 watts RMS and 400 watts peak power, this bass tube surprised me with how clean the lows are, especially when properly tuned with a good amp. The enclosure is carpeted and the construction feels solid. What stood out to me most was the richness of the bass at mid-volume levels. It is not just a rumble, it has actual depth. Compared to the Pyle PLTB8, which I have included as number 2 on this list, the Skar has noticeably better sound clarity and build quality. The pros include compact size, clean bass, and durable build. The cons include average loudness and basic wiring. At number 9, we have the Kicker 46 SWT-12S4. This tube delivers power like a beast. With a 10-inch subwoofer housed in a weather-resistant tube-style enclosure, it outputs some serious bass. It can handle 400 watts RMS and 800 watts peak power, and you definitely feel that in every track. The low frequencies hit hard, especially in hip-hop and EDM. One thing that really impressed me was how the bass stayed clean even at high volume. It also comes with a passive radiator, which really helps it push more air for bigger bass. Compared to the Rockville RTB12A, which I have included as number 4 on this list, the Kicker has tighter low-end response and better power handling. The pros include strong bass, clean highs, and solid enclosure. The cons include bulky size and price. At number 8, we have the Rockville RTB10A. This is an active-powered bass tube with a 10-inch sub and a built-in amplifier. It is rated at 500 watts peak and 250 watts RMS, which is pretty generous for a plug-and-play setup. It includes mounting brackets, a high-level input, and the whole installation took me under an hour. The sound is punchy, especially in closed cabins. I found the bass very responsive and tight, though not earth-shattering in depth. Still, it is a great choice for someone who wants convenience with respectable output. Compared to the Alpine SWT-12S4, which I have included as number 6 on this list, the Rockville is more beginner-friendly but slightly weaker in deep bass. The pros include built-in amp, easy install, and strong punch. The cons include moderate depth and bulkiness. At number 7, we have the Kicker 46 CWTB82. This bass tube is another powerful model from Kicker and houses an 8-inch subwoofer in a tough, weather-resistant enclosure. It handles 300 watts RMS and peaks at 600 watts. I tested this in a truck cab and was amazed by how tight and deep the bass sounded. The passive radiator adds extra output and keeps the sound from getting muddy. It is slightly more compact than its 10-inch sibling, but still hits hard. Compared to the MTX Audio RT8PT, which I have included as number 1 on this list, the Kicker delivers louder and cleaner output, but costs a bit more. The pros include weatherproof housing, tight bass, and compact build. The cons include high cost and limited adjustability. At number 6, we have the Rockville RTB80A. This model features an 8-inch powered subwoofer inside a ported tube enclosure, delivering 300 watts peak and about 150 watts RMS. For smaller vehicles, or if you're just trying to fill out your soundstage without shaking windows, this one performs really well. The bass is smooth and fairly accurate, especially in the mid-bass range. The built-in amp makes setup quick, and I liked how clean the wiring system was. Compared to the Skar Audio SK8TBV, which I have included as number 10 on this list, the Rockville is easier to install but lacks the same level of punch and clarity. The pros include quick install, solid mids, and small footprint. The cons include low depth and mild output. At number 5, we have the Alpine SWT-12S4. This is a passive 12-inch subwoofer tube that is built like a tank. Rated at 300 watts RMS and 1000 watts peak, this thing puts out a serious boom when paired with a quality amplifier. The sound is bold and thick, perfect for bass-heavy tracks. What I loved most was how it retains audio detail even when pushing high volume. The construction is top-notch with a carpeted finish and Alpine's signature styling. Compared to the Rockville RTB10A, which I have included as number 8 on this list, the Alpine delivers deeper lows and better overall power, but requires an external amp. The pros include big sound, high durability, and deep lows. The cons include needs amp and large size. At number 4, we have the Rockville RTB12A. This is a 12-inch powered bass tube delivering a maximum of 800 watts and about 400 watts RMS. For its price, this one packs incredible value. The built-in amp really moves the sub, and you can feel the bass pulse through the cabin. Installation was straightforward, and the included hardware was more than sufficient. The bass is not only loud, but also controlled. I tested this on a road trip, and it kept up beautifully with every genre of music. Compared to the Kicker 46 CWTB104, which I have included as number 9 on this list, the Rockville offers better value and slightly richer low end, but less precision. The pros include loud output, built-in amp, and great value. The cons include minor distortion and heavy weight. At number 3, we have the Alpine SWT-S10. This is a 10-inch subwoofer tube with a power rating of 250 watts RMS and 1000 watts peak. I tested this in a sedan, and the bass performance was really impressive. It delivers a good mix of depth and tightness without overpowering the mids or highs. The sealed tube design helps keep the response accurate and punchy. One of the things I liked most was how well it balanced the bass across different music genres. Compared to the Rockville RTB80A, which I have included as number 6 on this list, the Alpine delivers clearer bass and better musicality, but costs more and needs an amp. The pros include crisp sound, great balance, and quality design. The cons include amp required and price. At number 2, we have the Pyle PLTB8. This is one of the most affordable bass tubes on the market, featuring an 8-inch subwoofer in a ported enclosure. It is rated at 250 watts and is best suited for those new to car audio or working with limited space. The sound is decent for the price, with enough punch to enhance most factory systems. I installed this in a compact car, and it blended in perfectly. While it lacks the depth of more powerful models, it still improves bass response significantly. Compared to the Alpine SWT-S10, which I have included as number 3 on this list, the Pyle is more budget-friendly but far behind in sound detail. The pros include low cost, easy fit, and simple setup. The cons include shallow bass and build quality. At number 1, we have the MTX Audio RT8PT. This is a powered 8-inch bass tube with a built-in amplifier, pushing 120 watts RMS. Do not let the wattage fool you though. This little guy delivers a surprisingly full and smooth bass experience. I used it in a mid-size SUV and was really impressed with the balance and richness. It is not meant for window shaking bass, but it does add a noticeable improvement to any stock system. The enclosure is compact and looks neat. Compared to the Kicker 46 CWTB82, which I have included as number 7 on this list, the MTX is more compact and affordable, but lacks that extra low-end punch. The pros include clean design, smooth sound, and compact size. The cons include lower output and average volume.